Yes! Hello, everybody. I'm so happy I'm live because we had to go through a few technical hurdles to get here. First of all, a very Merry Christmas to all of you, whether you're celebrating or not. I hope you've had a day filled with joy and love and all things good and cheer. And let me know in the chat if you can see me, if I'm actually live, because I did the whole intro once before and I thought I was live, but I was not. Okay, so I am live. So, welcome to this session where we are going to set our goals and intentions for 2022 together. This is going to be very interesting. Quickly grab your pen and paper, or notebook, or journal, or planner, or maybe you want to write down your goals on your phone. Whatever it is, go quickly grab it, come and sit down, and then we'll go through this exercise together. We will also answer some of the questions that you lovelies asked me on Instagram and YouTube, which are again all about setting goals and achieving them. And I've got my cards here. These are the cards that were there on my vision board for 2021. So I'm going to review these with you. We'll look at what came true and what didn't. And I also have some cards here which are part of my 2022 vision board. So I'm going to share these visions with you. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about goals and what kind of goals one needs to choose, etc., etc. As we're going through this progress, as we're going through this process, it would be great if you jot down the top one or maximum three goals that you want to achieve in 2022. So we can do this exercise and yeah, let's see how it goes. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm very, very excited for this. So, first things first, how do we know what our goals are, right? It seems like a very easy thing to say, that set your goals, go ahead, do it, but how do you know what your goals are? You might be a person who just already knows, like, by the end of 2022 I want this and this in these areas of my life, which is very good for you. You can go ahead and note those down. But let's say you're not very clear as to what really your goals need to be. If that's the case, you can instead look at it from a different angle. You can think about where you want to be at the end of 2022. What state you're in right now and what state you want to be at the end of a year, whether it is financially or mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever. And then you can think about what things do you need to achieve in order to be able to reach that state that you want to be at by the end of 1 year. So this is also a great way for someone to set goals. Another way is look at what your responsibilities are, right? Some of us have family responsibilities, other responsibilities. So look at what those responsibilities are. And in order to fulfill those responsibilities, what do you need to set as your goals and visions? What do you need to achieve to be able to do that? Another way to do it is break your life up into different parts. Like there is work and there are relationships and there is health, there is fitness, there is spirituality, there is travel, there is general knowledge. There are so many aspects of our life, right? So you look at each aspect individually, and these aspects can vary from person to person depending upon what your life is like, what's important to you, what you enjoy, what gives you joy. And you start writing down goals in specific areas. So that way it becomes easy for you to set yourself up for success. And yeah, we spoke about joy just now. So that's another very, very interesting thing to think about when you're making your goals. Take a moment to think about what gives you joy, what makes you genuinely happy. And you might want to put that on your goal list of goals. So yeah, so that's about how to choose your goals. Another very, very important thing that you have to keep in mind when choosing your goals is that your goal is smart. Look, I've also written it down here. I don't know if it's like ulta, is it like a mirror image on what you see? But okay. Smart, which means your goal has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be achievable, it has to be relevant, and it has to be time bound. So, to illustrate this, I have taken a little example here. If you've already watched the last video that I posted on my channel, you would have seen me using this card there. This is a vision board card which says 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So this is an example, right? And because I'm a creator, this makes sense for me. I'm using this to illustrate whatever I'm going to speak about next. You could use this example to correlate to whatever makes sense for you in your life and your situation. So, all right, 1 million subscribers. Is this goal specific? What do we mean when we say a goal has to be specific? Here, I'm being very specific with the number, saying that there is a YouTube channel and I want to see that YouTube channel go to 1 million subscribers by the end of next year. That is very specific as opposed to saying, I have a YouTube channel. How nice it'll be if I get large numbers of subscribers. That is not specific because what is large number of subscribers, right? So this is a very specific goal. Second alphabet in the acronym is M, which is measurable. Are you able to measure your goal? In this case, again, it comes down to that number 1 million. It's very measurable, and I can also measure it as I go through my time frame of 1 year, right? If I want to get to a million subs, let's say I start the channel, let's say I have 1,000 subscribers on the channel, right? If I want to get through a million subs in the end of a year, in the course of a year, I need to make sure that every month I'm putting out valuable content. I'm putting out content that adds value to subscribers, and those subscribers want to come back to my channel, and hence they're subscribing, right? So I need to see a growth in the numbers every month. And if I'm not seeing the growth that I need to see to be achieving a million subs, I have to reevaluate my strategy. I have to rethink what I'm doing, which will also go for any of your goals. You need to think about what you need to do different if you're not measuring up to where you need to be with respect to a particular goal. The next is A, which is achievable. The goal has to be achievable. I can't start a YouTube channel today and be like, I want to have more subs than PewDiePie and T Series combined at the end of 2022. Is that achievable? I don't know. If you're from YouTube and you're watching this video, let me know in the chat. Maybe it's achievable. I personally do not think it's achievable. But if you have the right strategy, this has been proven in the past. Channels can get to a million subscribers in a year. So it's achievable. Again, you need to think about this in terms of whatever your goals are they achievable or not? The next alphabet is R, which is relevant. I'm a YouTube creator. So saying I want to go to a million subs is very relevant to my profession, is very relevant to what I do. As opposed to, let's say, I want to have 5 million followers on TikTok. That's not really relevant for what I do. I have no interest in being a TikTok creator. I live in a country where TikTok is banned. So is it really relevant? You see what I mean? So it's very easy to sit and cook up dreams, right? A major reason why a lot of our dreams are not achieved or we don't work towards them is because most of them are not relevant. So it's very important to think about what is relevant to your situation and what is not, and make up your goal list, priority list according to that. And then we come to T, which is time bound, which means you need to have a clear, specific, well defined, crisp time frame within which you want to achieve your goals. Because I can say, you know what, I want a million subscribers whenever. It can happen in 10 years also, right? But no, you need to have time bound, well defined periods of time within which you want to achieve the goal so that you are also accountable and you also know whether your strategy is working or not within that time frame, if you have to change or not. So when we talk about goals for the next 1 year, we are already sticking to a time frame, and that is why it's going to be time bound. I hope that was helpful. I felt like I've already spoken a lot. If any of you have started writing down your goals already, it'll be really nice if you can share it in the chat. I will share one of my goals with you for the next year. This is one of my goals. Is that, again, this is again related to my YouTube channel. I do not want to chase perfection. Instead, I want to be consistent. So I want to upload a video every 2 weeks. Instead of trying to make it perfect and sitting on it and not uploading it, I want to be consistent. Instead of creating videos on my whim ki aaj mujhe laga, oh, I just want to create on this topic, I want to strategize, have a clear strategy for the channel, and then make videos according to it. Because there is a reason you people have subscribed to this channel. You're expecting to see certain type of content from me. So I need to be able to strategize and add value in that aspect. Coming again to add value. So instead of selling, right, I'm not here to just get like numbers on YouTube and become famous or something like that. But it's all about adding value. When you add value to another person without you even chasing money or whatever these things are, they will fall into your lap. So adding value is very important for a lot of reasons. And then instead of having inconsistent messaging, I want to build a strong personal brand with the YouTube channel, which right now I don't have any of these. So obviously I have put some thought into coming up with this card as one of my goals for 2022. This is an iterative process. Your very first sheet with your goals doesn't have to be very clear, right? You go through it, you look at it over time, you break down each goal. So again, this is a if you say, oh, we're talking about one goal, why do you have four things written down on this? It's because the main goal is to build a channel that creates value and a big channel so that I'm able to do this on a large scale, right? But how do I do that? I need to do these four things in order to get there. So the how of your goal is very, very important. How are you going to get there? What is your action plan? It's very easy to say, I want 1 million subscribers. It's very easy to say, I want that promotion. Very easy to say, I want to buy a big house and have a great car and gift this international vacation to my parents post COVID. But it's very easy to say all of those things. The how is very important. How are you going to get there? So that is why I have written down these things to help me achieve my goals for the channel next year. And I want to see if, ooh, Ravi Raj is saying, show us card, it's not clear. Is this so much light? Consistency, strategy, add value, strong personal brand. I hope that was clear. Aradhna Gupta. Aradhna's goals are to wake up early. That's also there on my vision board, Aradhna. Meditate, again, that's there on my vision board. Study with clarity and persistence and not bow down to comfort and sleep or, randomly watching videos. Very nice. All right, I'm just scanning through the chat to see if anybody else. Oh, no one else has shared their goals. Please share your goals. Aradhya is also saying, I want to be consistent too. All right. I want to be good at stopping procrastination. Okay, that's great. So now I am going to intersperse the conversation. I thought in between I will just choose a couple of the cards from last year also, and so that it doesn't get too preachy, like about how your goal should be. But instead, I'll share what came true and what didn't for me in 2021 and my vision board. So one of my goals for 2021 was to live in the present moment. And I was not there all the time, but I would like to say that this did manifest for me. Instead of living too much in the past or dreaming up about dreaming up about the future, I was rooted in the present for a long enough duration through the year cumulatively when you look at it. So I'm very happy for that. Another one is, yeah, I had wanted 10,000 subscribers on the channel in 2021, and the universe has showered on me, all of you lovely people. So thank you very much for being here on this channel. Yeah, I think it's also very important to share the things that didn't come true, right? So this was one of the things. I wanted to be like, I wanted to have a fit enough body and be super flexible, be able to do like full splits. I'm sure a lot of you must know who this amazing person here is, Natasha Noel, creator, yoga guru. So yeah, I wanted to be able to do splits and like a headstand and all of that. Nothing has happened, but we are still on it. That is again there on my vision board for 2022. So let me see how we get there. I also wanted to up my fashion sense in 2021 because, yeah, I just thought I'm putting myself on video. I'm going to be out there, so I need to up my fashion sense. I think this is one of those things that like half came true. I at least now have some clarity about what I like. So I think we're getting somewhere. So, all right, we'll come back again to the vision board in a while. I think let's start taking a few questions. Is this too confusing? Trying to do all formats at once, which is we're talking about goals and then we're also reviewing vision boards. And now I'm going to answer your questions. Let me know in the chat if you want me to just stick to one thing and then like not jump around too much. I'll do that. I will do that. Suresh is asking, what does the T stand for in SMART? T stands for time bound. So you need to have a time frame within which you want to achieve your ambitions, your goals. It cannot be like forever, right? And also having a time makes you set goals according to that time. So going by, let's say you want a promotion. The realistic time frame might be 6 to 8 months. Instead of saying 1 month, my time frame is 1 month, and in 1 month I want to achieve a promotion. I mean, usually that's not feasible. So having a time frame helps you also select goals that make sense for that. All right. I'm looking at my phone. Uh, and I'm just going through the questions that you had asked me. So I'm looking at the Instagram questions, right? Apurva asks how to consistently stay motivated. And Avinash Kumar says, I want to be consistent instead of motivated. Feel like motivation is a gas balloon which can burst at any time. Okay. So I've said this before and I will say it again, and I think I will keep saying it forever. Please don't unsubscribe. Is motivation is so fickle. You do not want to be motivated. In fact, when Apurva said how to consistently stay motivated, those two words, consistency and motivation, are poles apart. You cannot be consistently motivated. Motivation has this adrenaline rush to it that cannot consistently be there like forever. So, what you instead want to do is to build habits. Like, okay, at 4 o'clock every day, I need to exercise, right? 6 o'clock, whatever the time. You cannot wait for motivation to hit you at 4 o'clock every day, and then only I'll go to the gym, or then only I'll roll my yoga mat and start doing some yoga. It cannot be like that. It has to be a habit because the bottom line is no one cares about how you feel. You might not feel like going to the gym. Of course, yeah, once in a while you give yourself that off. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about consistently not feeling like doing something. If it is your goal, you have to make that a habit. It is so important to have a daily routine for those of us who are not able to stay consistent, and I am one of those people. For us, it is so important to have a daily routine, a fixed daily routine. There are not much changes in it. It's not like one day I go to the gym at 8 in the morning, the next day I'm there at 6 in the evening, then after that, one day at 12 a.m., I'm like, now I feel like doing yoga, I'll do it. That is not consistency, and it's also not good for your body clock. It's not good for the rest of your tasks. So it's very important to figure out what kind of a daily routine you want every day and have that charted out and then stick to that to build habits. That is when you can make things happen. If you're waiting for motivation to hit you, if you're like, oh, I'm going to watch some movie that is going to make me feel really good, and you can't do that all the time. So don't get stuck on motivation. Instead, stick to habits, and that will help you be consistent. So there's that. Manvi Thore says, I can exercise but can't control my habit of eating out. So I think one of Manvi's goals is to, like eat out less. So we have to come down to why are you not able to control from eating out, right? Like, is it because you have to cook your food at home yourself and you don't have the time to do it, or you're too lazy to do it? If that's the case, then you can easily solve that by investing in a good cook, because that's a very important thing to have someone who knows how to cook and who can prepare nutritious meals for you. Or maybe you already have someone to cook at home, but you don't find what they're cooking appealing, you don't want to have it, or you don't feel it's tasty, in which case you can communicate to them that, hey, I would like to eat this and this, and can we do it like this? So again, you can solve that problem there. And basically, we're trying to bridge the gap, right? Like, what you want to do is eat at home, what you're doing is eating outside. How do you bridge this gap? What is stopping? What are the various barriers from coming from here to here? Identify those with some awareness and solve those things. Once you break it down like this, it gets pretty simple. Now, one big reason I feel people eat outside is because they feel it is so much tastier than what is being prepared at home. And as someone who has consistently been eating at home, most of my meals I eat at home, I can't stress on how further away from the truth that is. Home cooked meals can be really, really tasty. It's a big misconception that it's if it's healthy, it's not tasty. If you want taste, you have to eat unhealthy food. It's not like that at all. Yes, you have to put in some effort. You have to dig out recipes that work for you. You have to have a basic understanding of which ingredients go together, what flavors mix, what flavors don't, what kind of foods you need to eat for your body. Do you need more fat or more protein or whatever, and figure out these things. And you need to come up to a solution that will work for you. And trust me, once you start eating home cooked meals consistently for a long period of time, for a month or so, you will automatically want to drop this habit of eating too much outside, because you will notice how much your energy builds up when you eat these nice home cooked meals. And when you eat something is oily or overly cooked with too much masala from outside, how much it brings your energy down. So, and of course, if you ordering from outside is like nothing, but it's an option that you have to do it, then you can go for a lot of healthy meals from outside as well. You'll have to do some research. All right. Himavarsha asks how to be constant in life. To that, I say, why do you want to be constant? Everything is constantly changing. So, isn't it beautiful that we are also changing and everything is changing and we are continuously evolving? Yeah, I don't really think there is a need for us to be constant in life. If you mean how to be consistent in life, we've already talked about that in terms of habits and stuff. Don't be constant. Be ever changing, ever evolving, ever flowing like a river and accepting everything that comes along with life. We go to I have a question from the one and only Nikhil Suri. How do I become as awesome as you? Isn't he right? Mr. Nikhil is right. Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence. And to that, I say, why do you want to be as awesome as me? You're awesomer than me, so don't have to come down. I hope that will get me a foot rub tonight. Okay, these are all of the Instagram questions that we have. All right. Aradhya is saying how not to take things personally or very seriously. Is that a goal of yours? I think it must be. Sorry, I've lost the question again. How to not take things personally or very seriously? By being a little chill. Um, I think what happens is when things and situations are happening around us, right? We, in our mind, make ourselves too much the center of attention, too much the focus, and we get too affected by everything that's happening externally. But once you notice that you don't have to project your energy so much on the outside, you can pull your energies back and be within yourself. I hope I'm making sense. Be within yourself. That will give you a lot of inner peace and joy. You stop automatically giving so much importance to what somebody else has to say. Secondly, you also need to give that space to somebody else to say what they want to say. And this works two ways, right? When you do that, it means you're respecting the other person, you're giving them that space to be how they want to be and say those things which normally are hurtful to you. But when you give another person that importance, you automatically start giving yourself that importance also to be how you want to be. So when you create that space for somebody else, you're creating that space for yourself. And that means you're accepting yourself, which then means that these things that somebody else says or situations that happen, they stop affecting you as strongly as they are right now. Okay. I'm also looking at, okay. Cat asks, how do you master holding yourself accountable? I can easily let myself off the hook and not feel bad about it. But then later I'll be like, oh, I wish I had just done it. Right. So I've been there, done that. So I'm going to speak from experience. See, especially as someone like I am a content creator, I left a job, I have no boss. I report to myself and I am very lenient towards myself. I love me as an employee. And when things don't happen according to the to do list, I'm like, "Theek hai, it's fine. Be chill and we'll do it." So I'm the boss of not being accountable. But here's what I have to say about it. Small things like writing a to do list and not writing too many things. Don't write 10 things on it and then do only two things and be like, Array, I'm not accountable. No, you don't have time to do those 10 things. I've learned this the hard way. Prioritize one, at the maximum three things. Don't write more than three things on a to do list. And then that automatically gives you the space and the time to work on those things. And you will start becoming more accountable because every day you will see that all of those one or two or three things are getting ticked. You don't have to then you will not get that feeling that I'm not accountable. You're not creating that lack in your life. Second thing is, if it's not working for you just being on your own and doing it, maybe find someone that you can work with. And I say this because this works for me, as I've recently discovered. Having someone sitting beside you working on the same thing or even on different things creates more accountability, because now there's also another person, there's that other energy also beside you. So try doing this. If there is nobody else working on the same things as you, try to find a family member or a friend or someone that you can send your to-do list to at the beginning of the day and be like, hey, I'm going to report to you after 4 hours and I'm going to say about the things I've done. So have someone sensible who can hold you accountable. That also really works if there is no other option. Otherwise, if if let's say you want to learn music or something, maybe find a partner. Or if you're going to the gym, find a partner and be like, hey, we're going to meet each other every day over here, or twice a week, thrice a week, whatever it is. So that way you're finding different routes to accountability. You're not just relying only on yourself. Yeah, I hope that helps. Soumya Mathur, loving the top, going with the Christmas vibe. Thank you. And thank you for the 100 rupees. What am I going to do with these 100 rupees? I think I'll buy some sabzis tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you for our sabzis tomorrow, Soumya. All right. Bittu Ka Bitta says, I am master at setting goals, but sometimes fail to take it in a long run. Share some tips if you have. Right. Let's talk about this. It really helps to break your goals down, right? Again, coming back to this card, right? Like if the goal is growing a YouTube channel, this is how I've broken it down. If I do these 4 things, the channel will grow. So when you break this down, it becomes easy to assign tasks for each of those things. Ki, acha, iske liye I have to do this, for this I have to do this. That keeps your mind engaged from various fronts. Usually when we look at a long-term goal, it gets a little boring, to be honest, because it's the same one thing and you're not really sure about whether you're going down the right path and achieving the goal or not. So breaking it down and assigning tasks for each of those breakdowns really keeps it engaging and interesting and will take you through the long run. What else can you do? And okay, now it depends upon what you mean by long run, right? Are we talking about a month or are we talking about a year? So depending upon the time frame that you have in mind, you need to have realistic goals for that time frame. Because if you have something that's not achievable in a month, right, then you start losing interest on it. Another reason you will start losing interest is because that goal really probably doesn't matter too much to you. So make sure you're selecting things that you really want to do and that they really fit in the time frame that you have selected for yourself, and break it down into smaller parts that will help you in keeping your focus and attention in the longer run. Deepthi and Nishant Mishra are asking, can we do 108 Surya Namaskar daily? Is this your goal to do it every day or what in 2022? I feel like we're also moving away from the goal. Anyway, all right. It very much depends upon your physical, how physically fit you are, what else you're doing in the day. So I know people who've been doing it for like 4 or 5 months every day right now, and they've been having a lot of benefits from it. So you can do it. Just make sure that it's not harming your body in any way, in which case figure out what exactly is going wrong and maybe you need to stop it. But it seems like for a longer period of time you can do it. Now I don't know if you want to do it like for the next 10 years, I don't know, but yeah. All right, let's go to another question. Truth Seeker asks, how to get over heartbreaks. It's been more than 1 year, but I couldn't move on, struggling emotionally. How to handle heartbreaks and emotional pain. Looks like Truth Seeker goal for 2022 is to get over this pain. Now, in chat, guys, if you have any advice on how to get over heartbreaks, please put it in the chat. But personally, I've been very fortunate. I haven't had to go through a heartbreak. But my lovely husband, Nikhil, has. So, in fact, Nikhil, why don't you come over and answer this question? Because I think you'll be able to add some value instead of me trying to make up something that I have no idea about. Welcoming the Nikhil Suri to the chat.
Hi, guys. So, about heartbreak, it's one of the toughest things there is, and it just takes time. There is nothing you can do to make it go faster. There is nothing you can do to make the pain even become lesser. It will just happen on its own. It's like, when we get a wound on a hand or a feet, what can you do? You just have to wait it out. The thing that you can do is not scratch it. Like, don't keep thinking about it. And how do you do that? You get busy with something. Make sure that you keep yourself busy and let the time pass, and make sure that you accept that this is over. Most of the time we don't accept it. We keep hoping that, oh no, this something is going to happen, that person's going to come back, and when is their birthday next. No, you have to reach a point. Do what you need to do, reach that point. If you need to have one more conversation with them or do whatever you need to talk to your friend, but reach that point, this is over. and then keep yourself busy and let time do its thing. That's all. And to help with this process, if it's difficult to wait, meditate. That's always the answer.
Okay, beware. If you ask us any answer that we have to any question, meditate will be a part of it. So that's a disclaimer.
Yes.
Yeah, so meditate. All right.
All
Thank
the
you very
best.
much. Off you go. Let me adjust this screen again. Yes. This is an interesting question. Vanessa asks, I'm very grateful for all I have, but I have no passion or hobby. Always feel stuck, unsure of what to dedicate myself to. How can I focus my energy on something if I don't have a calling? Very interesting question. When we are not sure about what our own hobby is or what we want to do, a very fruitful thing to do is to help others reach where they want to reach. And you will see that miracles happen when you're doing this. Maybe there is a young kid in your neighborhood who wants to learn a certain subject, but the kid doesn't have a tutor or a mentor. So go and teach them. Maybe there's someone who needs help with something else. Go and give them that help. Maybe there is someone working in your office who is not able to figure something out, and instead of having that competitive spirit, go there and be nice to that person and teach that person. And truly, when you do this, miracles will start happening all over you, and more quickly than you will realize, you will start clearly seeing what it is that you want to do as well. This sounds a little illogical, it sounds a little like Anita is crazy, but try it. I think you will enjoy this. Shihabuddin asks, most of the time our goals are changing. This is the problem we are facing. How can we manage this? Hmm. This means one's attention span is not the best, or one's wants are constantly, jumping from one spot to the other. So you're not sure about what you want. Again, one way to stabilize the mind from doing this is meditation. It helps calm down the mind, and it helps to stabilize those thoughts instead of like just, like this or that or this or that. It helps to collect your energies and your focus in one place. And in that moment of clarity, you will figure out what it is, the things that really, really speak to you. But if this happens a lot and you're not able to go ahead with it, you just, even through the constant change of goals, there must be one thing that is always speaking to you, right? So don't make a list of 10 things if this is a problem for you. Just work on one thing and keep working on that. What happens when you do this is that your mind gets trained to stick to one thing and not jump around too much, and then you can start incorporating another one and then another one, and then you can make this one into two, three, and so on. So the mind needs a bit of training. The mind is like a monkey, so you have to train the monkey to stop jumping around too much. Deepthi asks, when we set goals and we don't achieve it, we get angry. How to overcome that? Nice question. See, it's as important as it is to have clarity on your goals and to write them down and to work towards it. It's also super important to just let go of that. Don't latch on to these things so much. Like, if I latch on to this vision, ki, oh God, I need this. This is my all. This is my very existence. You're fooling yourself because it's not your very existence. You don't need to give in to the emotions of not achieving that goal. It's fine. Yeah, you have your plan, your strategy, you work towards it, but don't become it. When one is constantly worrying about the results of an action, they are bound by the action. You become a prisoner to this action, the action being wanting to achieve this goal. But when one is has let gone of this thing that I want it, you're 100% in the action because you're not thinking about the end result. When you let go of the end result, you're just in the action, and things have a way of coming together. And even then, if they don't come together, maybe that something was not the best thing for your journey, Deepthi. Just let it go. It's fine. You don't have to achieve everything you write down on your goal list. Some things are just not going to happen for you, and that's fine. We often don't accept ourselves as we are. We feel like, no, I want that. But doing this, what happens is we fail to recognize the talents that we actually have. We fail to see the things that we can actually achieve. Running behind something else that somebody else has achieved. I want that. You are kind of subduing what is meant to work for you, what you can make happen. So maybe shift a little bit of focus on that as well and see what are the things that you can make happen and enjoy the joy that comes with it instead of worrying about the anger that you will go through when you don't achieve your goals. Garvita Sethi says, I'm at 2.4K subscribers on YouTube right now. Great. What should be ideal steps from my end to reach 50K? Could you share something that worked for you? Okay. Number one thing that worked for me is title thumbnail combination. I learned this from a friend of mine who is a YouTube consultant. He told me a very important thing that sticks to me even today, that it doesn't matter how much effort you put in your video if nobody clicks on it. If nobody watches your video, it doesn't really matter, right? Now you have to get them to click on that video so that there is life to what you have created. And the way that people click on your video is the title and thumbnail combination. You need to create that interest and that curiosity and that want in the viewer to click on that. So the title and thumbnail together have to tell a story that is intriguing. They have to tell a story that makes the viewer feel like, huh, I'm going to get some value from this. And you have to be very, very aware of it. So before even writing down your script for the video, write down your title, think about the thumbnail, see if the combination is working or not, change it around if you want to, and then start writing a script and then start recording. And of course, these things again that I showed here, these things will definitely help you to get to 50K. All the best, Garvita. KSH Louisville says, we had a goal to conceive, but that isn't happening. My wife is depressed with it, and so am I. How to get over this and how to channelize the goal in such a way that it doesn't affect? This is tough question, boss. I have to think about this. First of all, I'm sorry that things are not going the way that you and your wife would have liked them to. I hope that whether or not the things that you want to happen, I hope you find joy and stability and peace and love. And very tough question. You've stumped me. Again, when I'll come back to this, when things, especially big things like this, right? Like wanting to have a kid, when these goals are not achieved and they don't go the way we want them to, it really helps to channel your energy into helping other things happen, into helping other people with the things they want happening. Try doing that, and hopefully everything works out. Okay. All right. Manasa asks how to get over distractions. I made an entire video about this. I'll leave the link to it in the description once the live session is ended. But I made an entire video, I think, about 5 ways to avoid distractions when you're at work. Check it out. One thing I will say is use the Pomodoro technique, so that you're working for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And in those 25 minutes, you have to mentally prepare that I am not going to do anything else, and I'm going to fully enjoy my 5-minute break by doing whatever else I want to do just in those 5 minutes. So equal respect for the time that we work in, and equal respect for the time when we're taking a break. Normally we put down the break taking when we want to be too productive, and that leads to a burnout, which also leads to not working when you have to work. So strike the balance, and also watch the video. I'll send it, I'll link it. Sukhman says how to overcome procrastination. Again, I made 2 videos about this. I'll link it in the description. I don't think I will do justice to it by answering it now, because procrastination is a long topic and I've had long bloody battles with it in the past. And from that, I've learned my lessons and made a couple of videos. So I'll leave them in the description. You can check it out. Umeko Thomas. My goal for 2022 is to get a radio job, talk with my ex, and resign from my job. I made a vision board a month ago after watching your vision board. I hope my wishes come true. I hope so too. All the best. That is great. Okay, let's take a little break from all the question and answer chit chat. I'll come back to my visions for next year, for last year. So another vision I had that came true was I wanted to read a lot of books. I read about 8 or 9 books this year, which for me is a lot. It might not be a lot because apparently CEOs read 52 books. Where are they getting all this time? Who are these CEOs? They read 52 books. I read 8 or 9. I'm super duper happy. That dream for me came true. Then, yeah, I also had these two lovely beings on my vision board last year, both my spiritual master, my spiritual guide. I just put this not with like any real intention behind it, but I got to spend a lot of time with these people this year, and I think that came from this, and I'm so happy for it. Okay, this one I had put because this is me. It's not me. It's some stock photo, but this is me. This is my laptop. This is me doing courses. I wanted to do a lot of courses on how to build a channel on YouTube last year, and I'll tell you this half manifested means what I spent so much money and bought like some 5 courses. Didn't do only one. I did Matt Diavela's course. He's a YouTube creator, amazing content. Anyway, you must already know about him, as if Matt needs an introduction. So yeah, I did only his course. Rest all they're still lying. I don't even remember the passwords to them. So yeah, half it came through. This I like. This was like this is me again, not me, but me making money by doing something online. So this manifested last year. I'm so thankful. Some money has started coming in from YouTube. Still not enough to sustain us completely. We're still dipping into our savings because both of us are trying something new now. But yeah, some money started coming in. I'm very thankful. And what else? Yeah, I put this because I wanted to buy a table like this. I bought a very similar table, something something even better than this. So I'm like really psyched. Alrighty, and let me also share with you my some goals for this year. I already shared this one. I also want to share this. So this is my all of my spiritual goals, right? Um, I want to get up at 4 a.m., which honestly right now is not happening. It's also really cold in Delhi, but I'm going to try and get there. I want to meditate twice a day. Most days I do. Some days I meditate once. Sometimes I don't meditate at all. And then Nikhil anyway, shouts at me, but he doesn't. He does. Then there are a few other things that I want to do, like to take me along on my spiritual path. And then this one, yeah, this one is the money plant, basically to create enough value so that I earn enough money where the channel is completely sustainable on this. I don't have to like dig into savings to buy a camera, to buy a mic and stuff, and to be able to share it with my team members so that it's all very good. So these are some of my goals for next year. So much I talked. Are you guys bored of hearing me talk? Do you want to hear some? Should Nikhil sing a song? Is that what you want? Is that what Nikhil? You've got to do what the viewers want. Do you want to sing a song? You could even dance. Or you could dance and I could sing a song. Nikhil's doing this. Please, now that we have offered it, I don't think we should stop. Come. It's not moving. All right. Aradhna, show the table. I want to buy one. Where is table? This is table. Oh, you want to see my table? I don't know. Where did we buy that from?
Durian.
Durian. Yeah, we bought it on this website called Durian. Nice stuff. All right, let me see. Soumya Mathur, please sing a song. I see. I would, but then I also don't want to lose subscribers like that, right? Like people would just be like, unsubscribe fast and let's not get onto this live anymore. I really want people to stay on the live also. So next time, maybe next year after I take some singing lessons. Okay, back to some questions. Pramila Rawat, how to make kid do dhyan, which is meditation, as my kid has concentration problem and is restless, although is intelligent. Can you please tell to increase concentration level and to calm him? Let your kid be. The kid already, I think, I mean, I'm not a parent and I don't want to tell you how to parent your kid because that would be very stupid. I'm not doing that. But from what I've noticed, see, parents want to live through their child, right? They're like, I know what is right and you do it. Which, yes, mothers, of course, most of the time know what is right and they want the best for their kids and they're trying to create that perfect life for their kids. But sometimes, if your kid is intelligent and restless and wants to do something else and not sit and meditate, let him do that. Let him blossom into his own self. Something amazing will come out of that instead of us trying to continuously steer people. But if it's getting out of hand, then of course you could consult experts and see what needs to be done. But otherwise, yeah. Ajay Kumar Pradhan. Hi, Ankita. A lot of people call me Ankita. I think in North India, the name Anita is not common. Like, I don't know, Nikhil, do you know any Anitas from North India? You do? Okay, I thought it was not common. So I've noticed that a lot of people with North Indian last names, they call me Ankita. It's Anita. There's no K. Okay. Hi, Anita. Just few months ago, I became lead in my team. Claps for Ajay Kumar. Very happy to hear that. How can I manage calmly and how to set my goals? Beautiful. Ajay, I think so. You're leading a team, you have team members and stuff. To manage calmly, I think it's very important to create that space for your team members where they feel valued, where they feel heard, where they feel like their contribution is being noticed, where they feel like their inputs are also being taken into consideration and is helping shape the team and the team's goals and how you're working towards those goals. Usually people could be quick to dismiss these things because usually leads could feel like they know the best thing to do, and that can lead to other emotions and not being calm. But if you create that space where you enable everybody to bring their best talents to the table, then I think the whole team will be calm, whole team will be very happy. Lakshmi says, hi, Anita. Sorry I joined late. That's fine. I also joined 5 minutes late because of technical issues. But yeah. Hi, Sukirti. Hello. Soumya Mathur asks, it's very easy for me to get confused even after I've set goals. I get too engrossed in the action plan and totally lose direction of the whole thing. How do I deal with this? Very good question. Very interesting question. So I taking this to mean that you get engrossed in the action plan and lose direction in the sense that you're doing what needs to be done, but you're not keeping focus on the end result. Is that what you mean? Or you're working, you're taking the action, but in the middle you're getting confused and they're not sure about how you need to go ahead. In any case, what I would say is if you have one thing that you have to do in the day, just break it down into different tasks, right? And focus on one thing. It's fine to be engrossed in the action and not think about the result actually. But the action plan should be clear in your own head. It shouldn't be like you're unclear as to what to do in that particular step of the action. And it would help to talk to other people who do similar things to bounce ideas off of them so that you're very clear in the exact action step that you have to take, and then give yourself completely to it, lose yourself completely and just do it. It's just you and that action plan and nothing else in that moment. And once you finish that, then you can go to the next one. Then there'll be no confusion about what to do and what not to do. I So I'm not saying get too obsessive about the little action. Like, you're holding that thing into your hands like this, but you just want to like relax and let go and let it happen. So yeah, try this, try what I said, and that should help you, I hope. Sandeep Bidakar says, how should one keep strong and positive attitude? So many things we can do to get there. Meditation is one thing. I already gave disclaimer. Don't be like, ये बंदी हर चीज पे meditation बोलती रहती है. I've already given disclaimer. Try it out. Really, it'll eventually help you accept yourself, accept other people. A lot of the time, we are not positive because we haven't accepted what's happening with us. We feel like this is me, but this thing that's happening with me, no, this cannot happen with me. And when that no comes into the picture, you feel like you feel anger, you feel negative, you feel sad, you feel helpless, you feel restless. So many emotions that you don't really want to be feeling usually. But when you accept it, ki, हाँ, ठीक है, this is what is happening with me right now. What can I do in response to it? What can I do to be who I am? What can I do to just move on to the next thing? Usually, you end up with a calm and positive attitude. It's almost 10 o'clock. Kameshwaran Srinivasan is saying, hi, Anita Garu. Hello. Do you think there is a spiritual way of interpreting goals and goal accomplishments? I Deep questions. Just wanted to know your thoughts. A spiritual way. Yeah, a spiritual way of interpreting it is. I'm blank right now. I mean, like, I'm just in awe of this question. That is like, that's so nice. Spiritual way is to just let go, right? Is to just flow with whatever needs to be, whatever you need to be doing in that moment instead of getting stuck. It's a way of looking at it like whatever has to come to me, whatever has to happen, it will happen. I just have to, in this moment, give whatever I need to do with this. It's all about, it's about dharma. Okay, before I say more things, I think I'll stop it here. I don't know, Nikhil, do you want to jump in? Actually, when I call you for dance, you didn't come for this. You just quickly.
Who wants to dance?
After
I want
this
to dance.
answer, you have to dance a little bit, okay? Sorry, come.
No, the only thing you can do spiritually with it is like you align your goals and accomplishments with your with your whatever your dharma is in life. In life we play so many roles, and each of those roles also have requirements. So the more our goals are in alignment with those requirements, then life is smoother, and people like you because you're fulfilling all your roles.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Little dance. आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर जब. Okay, stop it. Stop it. All right, guys, we have 3 minutes more before it's 10 o'clock. Take a few more questions. Manisha, I'm 16 years old and I think I'm overweight. I'm procrastinating regarding my food. What to do? That means you're not eating on time or you're procrastinating your plan with the food. Mm, so, all right, let's get to that. You think you're overweight. One thing is first make sure if you are or not. I mean, genuinely, like what is your height, what is your BMI, or what is your muscle fat ratio, and all of that. Just get that checked and see if you have to work on certain aspects. I think you mean to say I'm procrastinating with regards to my food. I think you mean that you're procrastinating starting a healthy diet. Um, okay. If that's the case, we spoke about this in the beginning also, is figure out where you are right now and what you need to do to get to that healthy diet. Like, do you need to hire a cook, someone who can do that for you? Or do you need to communicate to whoever is cooking food for you as to what you want to eat? And another great way of doing it is breaking your meals into small proportions. Like instead of eating a lot of quantity at one time, break it down into smaller portions so that way you're teaching your body to eat lesser and be happy with it. And don't starve it. Again, when you feel hungry the next time, you can eat it. And also, I'm going to sound like a grandma, but chew your food properly in your mouth and eat it slowly. Eat it enjoying it, giving it the respect it deserves. This food that is becoming a part of you, give it that love and respect and eat it. Don't watch Netflix and eat. Don't reply to messages while you're eating. Be with your food. You'll notice that when you eat like that, you will eat way lesser and you will get way more satisfied than you normally do. So yeah, make food eating also like very fun and happy so that you don't have to procrastinate eating healthy. Vanessa, I'm on a spiritual journey and have changed over the last year or two. However, my husband has not. I am now questioning our compatibility. What to do when our spirituality is not the same as our partner? Hang on, Vanessa, because this also happened with Nikhil and me. Nikhil started off his journey earlier than I did, and I was not on that same path. And I was like, oh my God, very different people and very different person from whom I had originally married, right? But the onus I think comes a little bit onto you because you're the one now who is hopefully calmer and hopefully can see things in a different light. So be patient, be loving, be accepting of who your husband is. Do not try to change him. We That's the biggest thing we do when we get into relationships, right? The biggest mistake we can make is trying to change that person into who you want them to be. The best way to enjoy a relationship is let that person be who they are and enjoy the aspects of them. That is what brings beauty to it. There's no beauty in just trying to mold someone else too much. So be patient and see how things unfold. Okay, I feel like I have asked a lot. I've answered lots of the questions. Aradhya is saying how to meditate. um There are courses you can do. Nikhil, in fact, teaches one such course that teaches you how to meditate. If you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram and I will give you Nikhil's number and you can register for the course. Or you can DM Nikhil. What's your Instagram? Suri.Nikhil. Suri underscore Nikhil. I'll just put it in the chat here. Suri underscore Nikhil. Yeah, that's his Instagram. You can DM him there and you can join a course. There are guided meditations free of cost on YouTube. You can do that. You can focus on your breath. There are many techniques to meditating, right? It really helps to have a teacher who can guide you in the same on the right path. So yeah, all the best for your meditation journey. Deepthi asks what inspired you to start YouTube. Okay, right now I think we should take like a little moment to acknowledge that we have gone way off from the topic, which was setting goals. Have you guys even written your goals? Only some 3-4 people messaged over here. I really, really, really want you to use this collective energy in this session to think about what your goals, what you want them to be, and write them down and work on them, and then maybe we can regroup 6 months from now or 3 months from now or whatever, and we can look at how far each of us has come. So yeah, we'll answer the YouTube question. I mean, what inspired me? Honestly, watching a Lily Singh's video because I was like, that's awesome. I want to do that. So I tried making funny videos, but I was not funny at all. And then I started making videos on how I live my life. So that was my original inspiration. But it was also that, I've always been like very technically inclined my entire life, like studied engineering, did a job again that is related to, technical management and people management and stuff. So I felt like I never had a creative outlet and I am a creative person. I love dancing, I love writing, and I like acting, even though I don't think I can. We don't know. So I wanted an outlet for that, and I felt this was just perfect. So that's why I started doing it. And Suresh, do you do one-on-one sessions? Do you mean like goals and stuff? I hope that's what you. Sorry. All PG, all good. No, I don't do it. And this is not the first time someone's asked me. Actually, even in fact, today, like 2 people asked me about this. Not right now. Maybe in the future I will because that is something that excites me. I really would like to get to know the person because right now I'm looking at questions and answering from my experience, but the answer will change drastically once I know the person and where they're coming from. So yeah, maybe one-on-one session someday. Maybe we'll do that. Aisha asks, why am I not satisfied? I don't know where I'm not working, but I'm just not satisfied by self. Goes back to that non acceptance that we were talking about. We have such heavy expectations of ourselves. Think about it. The way you have expectations on yourself, we don't have on other people. The way you expect yourself to be productive, the way you expect yourself to look, the way you expect yourself to, like be happy all the time or whatever, you usually don't have these expectations of other people. So be kind to yourself. Accept yourself right now. It's not good for your body or your mind and your emotional self to put yourself down and say, nahi, I'm not getting satisfied, I'm not content. No, just calm down. It's fine. Don't have so many expectations. Just be with yourself and accept who you are. PJ, how can you tell me how to plan for a student? I'm MBBS final year student and I don't know how much time it takes for each topic for first reading. I can't manage my time. For this, why don't you have like a study buddy and you choose one topic, the other person chooses the other topic. You both study, and then you know exactly how long it will take. Let the other person know. They will also let you know. You can discuss, you can explain the topic you learned to the other person. That way, they don't have to spend so much time and they get the essence of it, and you also revise what you've been studying. It really helps to have a buddy when you have these kinds of issues. Um, Sukirti says, what motivates you? How to increase our willpower? Feel like we already spoke about motivation in the beginning of the video. Say, Vedam Venkata Kuppuswamy, please answer my questions. I'm sorry, I can't see your questions. I want to search. I'm scrolling right now. Um, okay, I found it. What is the secrecy of your dynamism? Thank you for calling me dynamic. But of course, you also need to realize that it's a balance, right? And not throughout the day like because then I would just collapse and faint and disintegrate. It's not possible to have so much energy all the time. So the way I am energetic when I want to be or need to be is by taking those moments of calm and peace. It's a balance. I meditate and that gives me the energy to be like this. I sit calmly with myself and that gives me the energy to talk like this. So it's a balance. One is not like this all the time, and you have to respect both the opposites and do both the opposites so that you can do whatever you want to do. Sorry, what am I saying? Is it the practice of Sudarshan Kriya? I do Kriya, not as regular as I would like to be, but yeah, I do it. And it's mainly a lot of meditation. It's also exercise. It's eating right. It's doing different things to keep your energy levels high, right? Like I've stopped eating non vegetarian food because it brings my energy levels down. I've stopped drinking alcohol because that also brings my energy levels down. I've stopped unnecessarily going to social gatherings where I don't really derive any joy out of it for the sake of doing it because it's social convention, because that also brings my energies down. So you've got to identify the things that bring your energies down, stop doing those things, and do the things that take your energy up, like sleeping early, getting up early, exercising, meditating, eating yummy, healthy food, things like that. Pranali, I'm not satisfied by my job. Oh my god, it's 10:07. Sorry, we'll do this last question and then after that, yeah. I'm not satisfied with my job, but also no plan for anything for any other work. Feeling like I'm not living happily. Do happiness program. Look at me marketing for my husband already. Seriously, but I mean it makes a difference. It's not a very expensive program and it can really transform you. So do it. You can message him, DM him. But otherwise, start making small changes in your daily life to increase that level of happiness. The happiness doesn't come only from your job. There are so many other things you can do. If you hit a dead end there, think about how you have to shift. If the shifting to another job is not happening right now, think about what else you can do through the day to keep your happiness level up that gives you joy. So that way you don't have all of you focus on one thing. Oh, my job is a do all and end all. I have to get happiness only from this, but it's giving me sadness only. What is going to happen? So instead of doing that, look at different things to your life. Like you as a person have a spectrum of different things that make you, right? So look at joy from different things and that'll give you the energy to also change your job. And a lot of talking happened. I really hope that this adds some benefit to others. There's no point in doing this. Some of those questions, my God, what tough questions you people ask, man. But really, I mean, I was just blown away. I really like that. I hope I could do some justice to that. Um, we're gonna end this live now. It's chilly here in North India. So, yeah, keep warm, stay safe, enjoy the rest of the evening, go to bed as late, sleep so you can get up early, and take care. Also, this is going to be the last video for 2021 on this channel. Thank you so much for being on this channel, for choosing to spend your time and energy towards the things that I am creating on this channel. Your attention, your time and energy, your love means so much to me because those commodities are, you can't define them. They're irreplaceable and they're just so precious. And yeah, that reminds me, I want to apologize. Yesterday, I by mistake came live. We were trying out a few things. We were testing it, and I came live. And before I could realize it, there were only 25 people watching, and then I ended it because I wasn't supposed to be live. Um, I could have said hi, but I was so flustered I didn't. I was flustered because I was like, your attention is getting shifted from whatever else you were doing to here, where it was not meant to be. So I'm sorry for that. Sorry for not saying hi also. So yeah, thanks for giving me your attention. Very grateful for that. Have a wonderful rest of the year 2021. I'll see you again in 2022 with brand new videos and lots of love. Take care. Good night. Bye.